Title: The True Wealth of Raghav. In a quiet suburb of America lived a modest and shy young man named Raghav. He was about 25 years old, with deep eyes and a permanent smile on his face. But Raghav didn't live like an average young man. Every morning, before sunrise, he would rise from bed, fold his hands, and pray, not a long prayer, just 2 minutes of gratitude for being alive another day. Then he would step outside and open his small bookshop. But this was no ordinary shop. It only sold books, and that too at extremely low prices, or often for free. Old newspapers, storybooks, spiritual texts, science books, children's comics, everything in one little corner. Strangely, he would shut the shop by noon. Whatever little he earned, he gave away to the needy and poor. Raghav was not a businessman, nor did he harbor big dreams. Every day, he simply distributed books and then distributed his earnings. People laughed at him. Look at this guy. Living in America and still giving away books for free. He earns and gives it all away. If he had any sense, he'd be a millionaire by now. He must be mad. Raghav would simply smile and continue his work. He always said, "I'm collecting the only wealth that goes with me, wealth of the heart." In the same city lived a billionaire named Mr. Howard Stone, a man who had everything: mansions, cars, companies, servants, fame, and fortune. But he lacked one thing: peace. One day, Howard heard of a strange young man in town who gave away his bookshop earnings. Curious, he summoned Raghav. When Raghav arrived at his mansion, Howard welcomed him warmly. "You're the one who sells books and then gives away the money?" "Yes," Raghav replied calmly. "And you haven't started any big business?" "No," Raghav smiled. "I just want the kind of wealth that I can take with me, wealth of hearts." Howard fell silent, then asked, "What do you want from me? A large bookstore? A fortune?" Raghav shook his head. "No. I just want you to help someone one day, without expecting anything in return." Howard laughed. "You're truly mad." He opened a box, pulled out a shiny red cap, and said, "Here, take this. To be honest, I've never met a bigger fool. You live simply, give away everything, and waste time on things that don't make money. Congratulations. This is yours now." Raghav gently accepted the cap with a smile and quietly walked away. Some time later, Howard fell gravely ill. Despite the best doctors, machines, and expensive medicines, his health kept declining. Fear started replacing pride. One day, Raghav came into his room, holding that same red cap. The room was silent. Raghav softly placed the cap beside him and said, "Here. I've come to return what you gave me. Back then, you gave it with a laugh. Today, I return it with a smile. The only difference is, you were laughing then. Today, you're afraid. You earned wealth, built homes, earned fame. Now tell me, what are you taking with you? Is there anything more valuable than this cap that you can carry beyond life?" The man who once feared nothing in this world, now had no answer. Tears rolled down his eyes. Holding the cap tightly, he whispered, "I earned everything, except peace." The next day, Howard called his lawyer and donated a major part of his wealth, to schools, hospitals, the poor, and orphan children. He began writing his autobiography with these words: "The man I called mad, turned me into a human." From that day on, Howard's life changed. He donated books to schools. Opened his grand hall for underprivileged children to study. And gradually, the people of the city saw, Howard was no longer just a rich man. He had become a kind man. Now, no one laughed at Raghav. Instead, they said, his madness was the greatest wisdom. He redefined what it means to be truly rich. And Raghav? He still rose before the sun, prayed in gratitude, opened his bookshop, and gave away his earnings by noon. But now, he didn't just have books. He had people's respect, their love. And the red cap gifted by Mr. Howard, which now kept him warm through every cold wind. This world is beautiful. Not because of the wealth it holds, but because of people like Raghav, who silently teach the world what true wealth really is. We all leave this world empty-handed. Wives, children, riches, mansions, all are left behind. And sometimes, what people laugh at today becomes the greatest life lesson tomorrow. True wealth is what brings light to someone else's life. If her story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is Text to Heart, where stories speak to your soul and awaken your spirit.